Real quick warning, folks, this video does feature loss of life by firearm. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you viewer discretion is advised. This one is kind of graphic. This is a case of a father wanting to see his child, a baby's mother, preventing it, and ultimately the father losing his life at the hands of the baby's mom's boyfriend. So I'm going to try to set this up and explain this to you. Being a father myself, I've been through a difficult divorce before, and I know what it's like to have a baby mom that don't want you to see your child. And some of you guys out there probably do too. Well, in this case, Chad Reed, who is the father, was showing up to his baby's mom's house to pick up his child. You know, visitation is generally every other weekend or whatever the courts have set up for your visitation and how that goes. Well, Chad Reed was at the house of his baby's mom, and her boyfriend, Kyle Rittenhouse, was also there. So the way the video, I'm going to set it up for you, is that you'll just see a real quick snippet leading to what took place. But in the snippet, Kyle is, or better yet, Chad is already arguing with both Kyle and his baby mom on taking them to court and, you know, getting his court-ordered visitation. So I'll roll the clip.
Drag you and Anne-Marie and everybody else into court. I'm subpoenaing your mom. I'm subpoenaing Anne-Marie.
So as you see, already there's a heated deal here, and it gets worse, folks. And this is where it's going to get worse, because now the argument is between Chad and the baby's mom. Now the boyfriend gets involved in the argument, which in my opinion, the only place the boyfriend should have in this is if Chad starts to appear as if he's going to be violent to the baby's mom, because that's his girlfriend. So, you know, if you're dating somebody that has, you know, kids by somebody else and that person is being violent, then I could understand getting involved. But other than that, the boyfriend should have just simply told her, come in the house. If you're going to take us to court, you know, we'll be waiting for court papers. And that's pretty much how this should have ended. But as you're going to see, there are going to be several moments for de-escalation to take place, and it just simply never comes. So the end result, or better yet, the way this progresses, is that the boyfriend, Kyle Rittenhouse, instead decides to go in the house and come back out with a firearm. So here goes.
Leave! You're right. You gotta use it, mother. God damn it, I'll take it from you.
Call 911.
So as you can see, he came back out with a firearm. Now, he didn't de-escalate things by telling her to simply come in the house. He decided to go in the house and come back out with a gun. Now, like I said, there are several chances to de-escalate this shit, because you can see also Chad Reed, the father, once he came out with a gun, okay, now you see this guy's a fool. Now, this is also Chad Reed's time to escalate the situation and bounce. Get the fuck out of there. Leave. But instead, as you can see in the video, Chad is okay, he's being told to leave. So Kyle, who owns the home where the baby mom lives with him, but he's yelling, leave. Instead of leaving, looking at a guy with a gun in his hand, Chad instead yells, do it. Now, there are several videos online, not in this case, but other cases, where people were telling guys with guns to do it, and they end up getting their fucking head blown off. This one is not going to be an exception. Now, he yells, do it, and then he follows up with use the motherfucker. Now, like I said, I don't have any clue why anyone who's unarmed would tell a person with a gun to do it and use the motherfucker on them. But then he follows up with something that is probably what is making the courts look at this as if it's self-defense. He follows up and says, I'll take it from you. So if you heard that clip at the end, he said, I'll take it from you. So he's telling him, do it, use the gun on me. And then he follows up by saying, I'll take the gun from you. And that leads to what you're about to see now.
Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911.
So, I mean, you hear her yelling, call 911 the whole time, but yet Mr. Reed, the dad, continues to challenge the guy. Okay, he's yelling, "Where's my son?" That's fine. Okay, you have court order paperwork that say you should see your son at a certain time, and it looks like he legitimately had a reason to be there to pick his son up. That's not disputable. So they weren't going to give him his son, and they were instead just saying, "Get the hell up off of our property." And he came out with a gun. I mean, I know you want to see your child, but challenging a man with a gun that's not good for you or the potential chance of your child growing up with a dad. I mean, it's stupid. And as you see, not only that, but he fired a round into the ground right in front of him, and even that didn't back him off. Okay, you're charging somebody with a gun, you're unarmed, they fire into the ground, and that doesn't fucking scare you. So he continued, and then finally he grabs the barrel of the gun, aka Kyle Rittenhouse style, aka Ahmaud Arbery style, both cases where they grabbed the barrel of guns. And I believe even George Zimmerman with Trayvon Martin suggested something like that, where he tried to grab the gun or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, he grabbed the barrel of the gun. And in this case, Kyle Rittenhouse, the shooter, the guy with the gun, was able to yank the gun out of his hand, or yank himself away from Reed. And he fires at him twice from several feet away, if you've seen in the video. So I don't get how they are able to say this is self-defense, but yeah, he was able to push off, and as you've seen at the end of the video, the frame froze. But we're going to show you the more graphic part, so viewer discretion, just to close up the video. So here goes.
Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. I have it on video, Kyle. You did it, not him.
I told all of y'all to leave.
We came to get his son.
He's not here.
She should have told that. She should have told that.
None of y'all should be here. None of y'all should be here.
What do you think? Do you think that's self-defense? My first response, that's a damn shame that, like I said, several chances to de-escalate from both sides. Call your girlfriend in the house, the baby mom, if you're Kyle Rittenhouse, the shooter. Just get in the house, let him send a subpoena. And Chad Reed had several chances, which were greatly in his best interest, to fucking de-escalate this. The minute you see this guy coming out the house with a gun, that should have been all you needed to see. Go get back in the car. And if you notice, his girlfriend, who you hear yelling, she's the one feminist, she's not even telling him to get in the car and leave. Okay, she's saying that, well, he was just here to pick up his son. Okay, when this dude come out with a gun, you're not getting your son. It's time to leave. So I have no clue why neither party involved, Mr. Reed or Carew, chose to de-escalate this, did not choose to de-escalate this at all types of levels. I mean, obviously, Mr. Reed is at a disadvantage being unarmed against a man with a gun, but at the same time, Carew, you do not want to deal with all illegalities that are involved when you shoot somebody. I mean, we talk, even when you're acquitted, George Zimmerman, Kyle Rittenhouse, I mean, look at all of this shit they went through, even though they were found not guilty, and it was believed, or it was actually ruled officially that they had to kill somebody in self-defense. But look at all the shit they went through. So even though he had a gun, it still seemed like you would think twice before just quickly shooting somebody like this. Because when I look at the video, other than the point of him bringing that gun out there, his life was never in danger. His life didn't become endangered until he introduced a firearm to the scene. So as of now, December 2nd, this has been ruled as self-defense by the police down in Lubbock, Texas. Now, the defense attorney, because obviously he has an attorney already for Carew, the shooter, has already said all Texans may brandish a firearm to protect themselves, their property, and their business. So you know how they are. You know how they get down in Texas. So this looks like this may stand, folks. It's just a damn shame that you can do something like this. And what I mean when I say do something like this is introduce a firearm into a scene where it's unnecessary. Now, I guess the argument would be he was protecting his property. But when you look at the video, does it look like Reed was any danger to his property or to anybody out there? I just don't understand how they could instantly jump all the way up and get this guy self-defense on it. But just wanted to show you that video, folks. I would love to hear your take on it. Do you believe that looked like a case of self-defense? Also, keep in mind, before shooting Reed, Carruth also fired a round into the ground. I don't know if that is legal or not. Can you fire a round into the ground as a warning shot? Because he did that right at the man's feet. Like I said, that should have scared the shit out of him and scared him away. It didn't. And probably videos like this would also serve to let people know that simply showing a firearm does not scare folks away. This is kind of remember when President Biden, before he was president, was trying to promote gun legislation and was saying all you need to do is come out on the porch and rack a shotgun or fire a blast in the air and it'll scare people. Wouldn't have scared this guy. It would not have scared the 3 guys that came at the Kyle Rittenhouse. So don't always believe that simply pulling out a firearm is going to scare people. This is an unarmed man, just like in the case of Kyle Rittenhouse. And in the case of Ahmaud Arbery, well, Ahmaud Arbery's situation is a little different. But in the case of Kyle Rittenhouse and in the case of what we're seeing here, clearly pulling out a gun on someone does not always scare them away. So, you know, fair warning. To conclude this case, Reed's mom, the deceased father, his mother is suing for custody of the child, of her grandchild, on the grounds that the baby's mom has the baby around a very dangerous guy. What do you think about that, folks? Anyway, I just wanted to drop this one on you because we talk about all things politics and current events, and I thought this one, it has some similarities to the Kyle Rittenhouse case and the Ahmaud Arbery case, but it just shows where self-defense can be taken to a ridiculous level. Love to hear how you guys feel in the comments. What do you think? Think this is a case of self-defense, or you think that Carruth, the shooter, should be charged with a crime? If so, what? Once again, show your boy some love. Click on the subscription. We talk about stuff like this all day. If you agree with what I had to say, feel free to hit the up. If not, go ahead and give me thumbs down. But let me know in the comments what you want to say, and I'll let you know. It's the Handsome Liberal. Catch you in the next video.